Yeah.
Oops. If you have the blurb of that or the reference of that, if you can save it, send it to Jennifer, I think we can look at addressing. We could look at addressing the whole package, and that amendment can be slipped in before it goes to council. Jennifer, eh? If we find the reference.
It'd have to be quick. The report needs to be in by Friday and needs to go.
Okay.
Well,
I'll send it to you after the meeting.
Yeah, and then we'll look at it, review it, and then move it along faster if possible. Everybody okay with that?
And one other little teeny tiny thing, Jennifer, on that very same page, Queen Anne is Anne with an E.
Okay.
Ah, so it is.
Okay. Other comments, questions on the brochure? Gus, go ahead.
I don't know if it's just the computer image or whatever. The Loyalist Township logo looks a little squashed. It's the only thing I noticed from our multiple reviews.
Page, Gus?
It's the first page or second page.
Okay.
Right, it's the inside of the cover.
Yep.
And for printing, with the $500 and $1,000, you said we could deduct from it. I rather see us look at the possibility of adding, so we go beyond 3,000 copies. And that if it goes on the website, that we have some sort of launch event, if we can work it out prior to Canada Day through Loyalist Township media, resources online, social media.
Yeah, I was going to, on the social media, once everything was approved, it was good to go. The council meeting is June 28th, so it'd be June 29th, maybe the 30th, going through, working with Trevor and just making a quick announcement on the Twitter and Facebook accounts as well, just to let them know, let everybody know that the brochure is done. It's available on the website right now. And hopefully they'll have a link where they can click on it to go directly to that page.
Thank you.
Andrea.
Just to add on to that too, the other thing that we had discussed, I don't know if there was discussions on this before when this was being worked through prior to Jennifer and I arriving, but we thought it would also be helpful as well to send a letter to all the property owners whose properties are being featured in the walking tour, so that they're aware that they're if someone's standing in front of their house looking at a pamphlet, and they know as well, and thought that that could also help raise awareness as well. So maybe proud to have their property in there and shown on it too. So we were going to do that as well.
Yep.
Great.
What might be beneficial with that, sorry, is maybe putting out the request for submissions for applications for plaques with that, so they have a sense of pride at that moment and might encourage them to get a plaque.
Good idea, Gus.
We can definitely do that. It's a great idea.
All right.
You should run for politics, Gus.
No, thank you. I lived that life before, not again, thanks.
All right, other comments, questions on the brochure? Okay, well then can I get a motion from somebody? Where we have two recommendations. The first is that the brochure design and contents be approved by the committee and request that staff bring the brochure as is to council for their information. And two, that the Heritage Committee approve the cost of printing from the printing company they've chosen to have the brochure produced by.
Make that motion.
Michael. Seconder, Robert. Any comments, Michael, Robert, first and second? Any other comments before I call the question? Gus?
Should the motion not address the number of copies we would like to
Oh, right, yes.
Yep.
get?
Did you want me to, I guess the first question is, we're going with Gilmore Reproductions for the, so in speaking with them, did you want me to just say, we got an extra $1,500, can you give us as many copies as will fit in that amount? Okay.
Michael, is that okay as a friendly amendment?
Yes, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that slipped my
right.
mind on that one. You're right, Gus.
But we still haven't established, so you're making a recommendation for 3,000 copies and then the extra on top?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, if we're clear on the motion, I'll call the question. All those in favor, please raise a hand. Any opposed? Motion is carried. 7.4, monthly update.
All right, so the first update, I have to scroll, sorry. All right, so first update, just quickly, I sent out those letters regarding the designated property grant program and the extension date that was sent out. So the property owners should have received them by now. But I did get some comments to let me know that a few people did. So projects, we've been working on the Explore Historic Bath project with Barb and Gus, the subcommittee. And then I just wanted to speak to an update on the Layer Cake Hall. So Dave Thompson, who's the chief engineer and was the head of the project during the early stages, he's been keeping staff members updated on developments regarding the exploratory work that they had been doing with Andre Scheinman as well. So their investigation was completed in February 2021, but they went back for a second investigation for a bit more information that was completed in May. So they found several issues, which included poor drainage on the site, extensive wood rot found in the sill plates of the structure. The south side dormer had a significant outward lean, or currently still has it. There was evidence of movement in the structure, both historic and after some work had been done, I guess in the 80s. And there is a concrete curb that runs around the perimeter of the foundation, and that is currently contributing to some of the deterioration, of the structure. So during the exploratory work that they were doing and all the results of that, they found that the amount of work that the property will need to undergo, they were originally thinking of conducting the project and completing it in 2 phases. But on Monday, this was brought to council, and I believe council decided to just do it all in one project, try to complete it within the year, weather permitting. Whatever can't be completed will be completed in 2022 when they can go back to work. Again, weather permitting. And one of the other ideas is they're going to be looking more at working on the structural stuff first to make sure that all those issues that they found are looked at and fixed up before they start looking at any other work. So that's what we have right now on updates for the Layer Cake Hall. And again, we are looking at getting Andre Scheinman at some point to come in and speak with the committee members so they can go over the project and the condition report that he had made up.
Gus, go ahead.
Just for clarity, from the council meeting, were you stating that the 2 phases are the structural issues that council said go ahead, or is that including the aesthetic side, which the lack of paint is what's greatly contributed to, which more or less demolition by neglect?
So from what I understand, phase 1, phase 2, they were going to try, because there's so much work that had to be done, work would be split up between 2 phases. And then when they brought this into council asked that it is done all at once instead of broken into 2 phases. So structural work will come first, And then any aesthetic will come later, but it's all to be done together. So, sorry. Is that clear?
Yeah, I just wasn't certain that is very clear. And I'd like to commend council on their vision in looking at the long-term health and well-being of that property. It is a unique gem, architecturally speaking, as a Gothic revival structure, especially in this region of Ontario. And the community, I'm quite certain, is going to be very pleased to hear that. It's something well worth celebrating as it gets initiated, and then, of course, at the conclusion.
Thank you, Gus. Any other comments on Jennifer's update?
Just a question, Jennifer. As I understood, you said that they have been approved to go ahead. Have I understood that correctly? And if right, when would they expect to start?
So right now, they will have to come back and bring a heritage permit to the committee. And they also have to get another, I believe they have to get another permit from the OHT, as the original permits that they brought in before was for the exploratory work. So now they want to begin actually doing the work. So they need to go and get those permits.
So the council approval for the projects isn't the approval to start working.
They need the permits first to start working.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Any other further comments or questions to Jennifer's update? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to receive Jennifer's report. I'll take Gus, seconded by Michael. All those in favor, please raise a hand. Motion is carried. Number 8, correspondence. There's no correspondence, say Jennifer? No. Any announcements or inquiries by members of the committee? None? Okay, well, I will ask then
Oh,
for.
I think Gus has one.
Gus, yeah, Gus has one, okay.
Sorry about that. I had sent an email in regards to the Fairfoot Goodsite House property on the southwest corner. There are a pile of storm windows. The paint on them would indicate they were possibly from the house. They're exposed to the elements. I don't know their condition because I didn't walk in to see it. Looking at the house, doesn't look as if there's hardware that would have held those in place. So they might be from some time ago, but I think they should be collected and put in a dry environment in the event that they do fit the house, because proper storms on that building would definitely be an asset going forward when it comes to heating bills.
Yeah, I'll send an email out to see if somebody can collect those and bring them somewhere dry to store them.
Duly noted. Thank you, Gus. All right, I'll look for a motion for adjournment then. I'll take Michael, seconded by John. Call the question. All those in favor, please raise a hand. Motion is carried. We are adjourned. And I think Gus will make
Nathan,
his.
that was good meeting.
Yep. I think
A
you'll
great
meet
meeting.
your meeting, Gus.
Thank you.
Good
Cheers.
luck.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, everyone.
All right.
Everybody,
Bye.
thank you.